All right. It's time to get real. It's the end. The end of what? We'll talk about it right after this. Stay tuned. About a minute. Minute for your replay, people. Here we go. Yes. Good morning. It is June 26th. Is that correct? Man, time is flying by this year. We're already halfway through the year. Now, what end am I talking about? It's the end. This is the end. No, sorry. Had a Doors moment. This is the end of second quarter, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah. It is the end of the second quarter. Now, a lot of us that were predicting, a lot of people, I don't know about us, but a lot of people were predicting that things were going to pick up in second quarter of 24. Well, here we are in the second quarter of 24, and what kind of rates are you seeing? Is it easier to find a load? Are you able to be aggressive with your pricing? This, that, and more, right? So, anyways, that's what I mean. Yes, I clickbaited you because doom gets clicks. Doom and gloom gets clicks because we don't want anything positive. We don't want anything motivating. That doesn't get clicks, but tell people that the world's going to end, and they love that. They love that. So, anyways, good morning. I hope all is well. And I did not go live Monday. I know. I had a lot on my plate. I've had a lot on my plate for the last 2 weeks. And my dispatch service has gone through the roof, and it's good. And I've got some really good runners going on, so it's trying to keep them busy, and I'm noticing a lot with rates and volumes, and we're going to go over that. A lot has happened since I've been live last. We have the RXO acquiring Coyote, or buying out Coyote. And I tried logging into Coyote yesterday, and the website wasn't working. So I don't know if they've put a stop to things. I know that we were going to talk to Thunder about what that's going to entail. I don't know the details. I didn't read most of the articles that are talking about the acquisition or whatever. And then of course we've all heard about Forward Air going out. So that's a big 500 truck company. So yeah, a lot of changes, a lot of things going on. I had a great conversation with a friend yesterday about Go Highway, and people need to take this Go Highway thing pretty seriously, because they've got enough information, enough leverage that they can start putting carriers out of business at a drop of a hat. So you got to start taking that stuff seriously, and they're looking at everything. The amount of information that they have would probably blow your mind. That was, back when they started implementing the ELDs, when ELDs were mandatory, it wasn't about safety. It was about compliance, but it was also about information. Because think about this. Why do you have, like for example, as YouTubers, we make money off of ads, AdSense, right? So how do they know which ads to put in which video feeds, right? They're going off of your information. They're going off of everything you're clicking, everything you're looking at, everything you're reacting to, everything you're putting a thumbs up to, everything that you're interacting with. That's what you're gonna do. Facebook, Meta, Instagram, same thing. And what the ELDs allow you to do is if you have a company that let's pretend I had a company that the brokers go through, carriers go through. And they know the rate cons, they know the bank statements, they know what freight is paying, they know what services you're using, they go through your TMS and they know everything. They have such a plethora of information that there's no more old school, let's do this load under the table kind of thing anymore. Even if you have a non-ELD truck, let's say you're out there driving a 98 cab over and you don't have an ELD hooked up. You've got your phone, you've got, because, you have to do business over the phone. You have to use the internet. You have, so you got your IP, you've got your pinging, you've got, if you do something illegal, they've got cameras everywhere. Come on now. This is the world we live in. This is what we deal with. Technology is out, and it's going to consume everything. It already has. And so how do you fight that beast? Well, you got to learn to live with it, and because it ain't going away. So if you're an old school dinosaur, like like a lot of people I know, and partially myself included, there's some huge reality checks coming that's going to make it a lot harder to do business. And it's going to get to a point where a class action lawsuit might be the only way to change things. If somebody's information is so invasive that it puts carriers out of business. Anyways, let's get to the comments, and then we'll get to the low board stuff. Volumes are through the roof, and then this is the end of the second quarter, so everybody's blasting, trying to get everything out by the 29th. And so make sure you're aggressive with your rates depending on where you're at. And then also, next week's going to be all funkified because of the 4th of July. 4th of July is on a Thursday, I believe, this year. Is that correct? Someone please double check my information. And yeah, because Monday's the 1st, Tuesday 2nd, Wednesday 3rd. Yeah, so it is Thursday. Because I definitely know that the 1st is Monday. And next week's going to be interesting. So if you want to try to get home for the 4th, how you book this week and over the weekend is going to be important. The other thing I want to discuss is how are you as a runner? Because that's making a difference. I'm seeing that in real world time on my paperwork, that I can see that different styles of running is what creates the cash flow. So anyways, let's get to the comments here, and then we shall get into the low board stuff, shall we? Sterling, what's up, man? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Is that boom? Boom, bomb, 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 boom, bomb, boom, boom, boom. Anyways, Grafton, thanks for making me sound like an idiot. Thanks, Sterling. Grafton, what's up? CDM Freight Morning. CDN, okay, I'm ahead of myself. Take deep breaths, slow down. I've had too much coffee this morning. CDM Freight Broker, good morning, Steve. Good morning to you, CDN. Tolga, what's up? We finally all now know what Tolga looks like. And he's a very handsome fella. And there's a rumor that he's going to be marrying Shannon and moving here to the states. I think Shannon was looking at property in Missouri. So Toga, you and I can hang out after your wedding with Shannon, and we'll be good to go. Flatbed Trucker, what's up? Gary Bates, ugh. Don't despair, man. Don't despair. DIY Semi says the end is near. The aliens are coming. Aliens are Nephilim. Jerome says, good morning. I'm stuck at the receiver with no delivery appointment time until July 1st. Ouch. I would be banging on some windows and trying to see if you can't get an earlier appointment. That's actually happened to me. I was at Landstar, and the Landstar agent gave two of us the same delivery number, and the other guy beat me there first, so he got it, and then I ended up having to wait 3 days. They said I was going to wait a week. It was a Dollar General in Ardmore, and luckily, she was aggressive. The broker agent was aggressive about getting a new reschedule, and once someone fell off, I was able to roll in there. Good morning from Coburg, Oregon. That sounds like a lovely place. Cents per mile. Howdy. Southbound Jay, good morning. Do you going to wait at the same place until that date, Jerome? Says Toga, aliens, yawn. We need meteors. That's how they get here. Toga, I hope not. Like Transformers, they came in on those meteors, right? Toga, I hope. Yeah, we're all hoping for the best for Jerome. Cents per mile. I have so many loads, you could call me. Cents per mile. That's nasty, but funny. Scott Rolla, morning, y'all. Just getting truck out of the shop. Killed a couple of deer with the brush guard. Did the brush guard work? How well did it protect the truck? I would be curious about that, because I know that some do and some don't. It also depends on how you hit the deer. End of world videos and side boobs is all that matters on YouTube. That's true. It's second quarter of 2024. How many meetings did you have to build deep relationships? Have you reduced your expenses? CDM Freight Broker, I have so much to say. And I've said it to you many, many times privately. And I should probably keep these thoughts to myself. Fester Adams, what's up? Curious about the new band, Decrepit Entity. Have you heard of it? Yeah, they just came across my feed yesterday. It's pretty good. So, good to see you, Fester. I hope you're doing okay. I know you're going through some stuff right now. Trucking along with Kiersey. Good morning, Snorelord and all. Kiersey did a 5-hour live feed during Wheelburner's live feed. So those you don't know, you probably do know because most of your friends here. Wheelburner went live Saturday. They raised $12,200. Was that the final count? Dollars. I heard that somebody won some of my merch, but I haven't gotten an email yet on it. That was a good cause. So, and then Kiersey did her part as well on her channel. Did a multiple live and then hell, you were live for like 5 hours too. So, and then we all learned that Kiersey is an author. So, go check out her channel, especially if you're curious about Prime. CDN says, why did FedEx take a loss to sell Coyote? Well, it's UPS that owned Coyote. What contract is Coyote about to lose? Coyote's been bleeding money for a while, and it's UPS that owns them. And way back, I think several months ago, I read the article talking about Coyote, and it was one of those deals where UPS bought it, and then they didn't realize, because I kind of made fun of it. UPS did not realize the volatility of what freight brokering was all about, and they did not anticipate what was happening. So it's a case of the upper elites not realizing what the grunts go through and what it's like lack of information. You take an LTL parcel company and put them in the spot market, and it kind of got weird for them. So that's as simple as I can get it. So but their freight has gone down. Their credit has been shot for a while, and Coyote's freight, I mean, it used to be 100 loads to a certain area. Now it's like 10, 5. And Uber's kind of going through the same thing. So everybody needs to keep an eye on them as well. I'm not bashing any of these companies. We still have drivers doing Coyote, and we still have drivers doing Uber. I clicked an Uber load just last week for somebody. So, but just be aware that there's many changes going on, and you don't want to be caught with your, you want to be caught unaware. Tolga's talking, is that French? UPS sold Coyote CDN. FedEx's ground is absorbing FedEx freight, and nobody seems to be talking about that. Wow. That's because I didn't know about that. Shannon says, good morning. Gary Bates says Thursday. What's Thursday? Good morning from Vegas. The sun is up early out here. My name is Nobody is here. Good morning. Good time to get your steps in, Jerome. Look at Shannon. Shannon's like, let's go. Let's go. So, let's see. The brush guard was toast, but no damage to the truck. Excellent. Good deal, man. It did its job. So you got like the big bull rack one, or do you have like the $1,500 one that they put in front of Kenworth's at Prime? Because I almost bought one of those for my truck, but for some reason I didn't. Good morning, says Chief Freight Hauler. So did I already say hi to you? Yeah, I did. Chief Freight Hauler's in Vegas. Ooh, sun is up early out here. I wonder what Nevada's like. All right, so Jose, good morning. Everybody saying hi. My name is Snorelord, and I used to be addicted to commercial vehicles and looking moody. I still look moody. Riding Dirty, good morning from Yuma, Arizona, another desert place. Anyways, look, there's, Jeff and I were on the phone earlier. That's why I didn't go live right at 7, because I was checking on a truck, one of our trucks, and Jeff and I usually have a call every morning, if not every day around lunchtime, to kind of touch base, and he tells me what's going on. I tell him what's going on, and we try to take a vested interest in our drivers, and so we discuss that, and then we discuss conditions, and Jeff will tell me, stuff he's dealing with some brokers and all that, and we communicate, right? So I know that's weird in this day and age, with all the technology and stuff, but we actually do communicate. And the Go Highway thing came up, and we were talking about, it's a weird time in trucking right now. And I think the weirdness of it is that the world that, like Jeff especially, who's been in this industry for, over 30 years, the world that, same thing with me. I wasn't a driver 30 years ago, but my dad was, and so I was in the industry, I guess you could say, or connected to it. A lot of changes. If you go back to the old days of calling the brokers on the payphone at the truck stop, if you were lucky, you got the counter with the phone and the little jukebox thing and the little TV thing. Those days to what we deal with now, it's 100% different. Like, the only similarity is that trucks still have, I would say trucks still have 18 wheels, but they don't even do that anymore. But the old school trucking style, even, is it's a dinosaur now, and this is our new reality. This is our new reality. This is our new normal. And it's either push or get out of the way. That's kind of where we're at. That there's so many people I know that just won't get out of their own way, and they're going to get left in the dust. And being self-employed as a truck driver is a difficult task, definitely, with everything that goes against. So you got to be on your A game, or willing to learn how to play the A game. That's the thing. You can come in here, just don't come in blind. At least have the ability to learn and react and keep yourself in check to get going, right? So set yourself up for success. Scott says the little one like Prime has. Okay. Well, it's cool. I'm glad that those work. You know, for a while I thought they were just kind of more like, you might hit a baby deer and be okay, but that's cool. That's cool that it worked for you. So great, good deal, man. Nevada is fire. I imagine isn't that where they make fire? How the heck Nevada is too hot though? I'm not even there now. Oh, Toga. Chief Rayaler says 113 here yesterday didn't stop me from getting 26,000 steps in yesterday. Look at that. That's because look at Sterling. That's because Shannon's like smacking you, right? Here, let's do that loud. There, she's smacking you, right? Old school trucking is gone. Yes. Good morning. Got a nice thunderstorm here in York, Nebraska. We had a pretty good storm here this morning. Now, the other thing that happened is I had a tree fall in my garage Wednesday. Or no, today's Wednesday. Monday or Tuesday. I'm off of my days. I think it was Monday. And luckily we had a family friend that came by, took a chainsaw and got it off the roof real quick, and then he's going to come back and chop it up for us. But it was a little bit breezy, but it wasn't like a storm, right? But then we got a storm this morning, so it rained pretty good. I had a truck shut down in Effingham because of some winds. Pretty good storm out there last night, yesterday afternoon, I think. So, I mean, you got to be careful out there. There's a lot of flooding. Man, if you're around Minnesota, Wisconsin, if you're near that dam, it's not looking great up there, so you got to be careful. Make sure you check your Google Maps. Yes, I know use Trucker GPS, but use the Google Maps to see if there's any routes that are being affected by flooding. So just do your due diligence. 5 minutes on Google can save you overweight tickets. It can save you trying to find the right entrance. It could save you going to the wrong place. That's one of the benefits of the internet. That's been a good thing for trucking, is that you can get on Google Earth and look at where you're going. Let's say you got to go to a Walmart because you need some supplies, and you want to know which entrance to go in. You don't just want to wing it when you get there, because the GPS is going to take you to the address. Where all the cars go in. You're going to want to know where the scales are at. You're going to want to know where, and your GPS won't catch everything, right? If you get on there and you're looking for cat scales, it's not going to pick up the independent scales like what Quick Trip might use, or some independent, fuel stop might use. So you got to do your due diligence and recon everything you're doing, unless you know where you're going. So, Chief Rail, I'm not allowed in the step challenge, so Shannon doesn't get to pop my hand with the ruler. Nice. Rebel against the system, Chief Freight Hauler. Rebel. CDN says, why isn't owner operators using PC Miler? Well, I have PC Miler attached to my truck and office, and then 123 Lowboard uses PC Miler, I believe, has that option, I believe. A lot of times I'm getting phone calls from drivers saying, hey, can you look something up for me on the tolls? And then the mileage. I go, look, here's the deal. If I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I'm looking for a load, and there's a load picking up in Rogers, Arkansas, okay? Before I call on that load, or let's say it's a small town. Let's use Prescott, Arkansas as a good example. I'm gonna say, because I always had my two phones. This is why I like having two phones. I get on the other phone, I go, Google, how far is it from Little Rock, Arkansas to Prescott, Arkansas? And then it'll pop up. Now I can zoom in real quick. I can see how it's going, and if it's going a bunch of side roads, I need to add in a stop so I know what it's really going to go. Really, what the real length will be. Because I don't want to book something that's like an hour away and it's like showing 55 miles, but then when you put the truck route in there, it's like 120. And that happens a lot in like BFE Arkansas, BFE Louisiana, BFE Georgia. You got to know your terrain. And you want to know conditions, right? So a lot of times before I call in a load, I'm analyzing what the route is, how long it would take me to get there. That way when the broker calls, or when you call the broker, I'm like, hey, I'm looking at that load going from, picking up from Prescott going to, Kansas City. And they'd be like, okay, well, it picks up at this time, delivers some. When and where is your truck going to be empty? And, well, I'm empty now in Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay, cool. And can you get there by noon? Yes, I can, because I've already done the recon. Like, it happens that quickly. It happens that quickly. Because I've made the mistake of, oh, yeah, I could be there in an hour, and then realize, well, no, the deadhead's actually 100 miles, not 60 miles. And you can't average 60 miles an hour on this trip. So, because of all the back roads and the small towns and the hills and whatever. So, reconning is important. So I use Google for that. PC Miler is good for, using it in truck and office. I believe I used it on, but I'm already looking at the Google, and it's usually not too far apart. So, anyways, and CDN, you're talking about owner operators that don't even track their numbers. Why would they use something like PC Miler? Gary Cook, I was at the TA truck stop in Commerce City, Colorado. That facility has very poor customer service. Avoid if possible. That is good to know. Chief Freight Hauler says, old school trucking had to die with the times. Imagine if drivers were stuck in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, but the brokers and shippers have the tools that's available to them today. That is true. That is true. Seriously, our childhood times passed with those rulers fear in the school. I think that today's world, the teacher's going to be in jail if they're going to do the same today. Tolga, you've said some wise words. I agree 100% with you. So let's take a moment while I take a sip of coffee and let's ponder that for a minute. But we must forge on. We must forge on. So let's get to Sterling wants to go to Valhalla. Let's see. Let's go to 123 low board here. Find lows. Let's put this on the screen. Share screen. We'll take a look at some volumes. Wait, before I do this, hold on. Let's get DAT up here too. DAT. Dial a truck. Let's get dial a truck up here. Let's take a look at the TV screen and write down some numbers on our notebook and wait in line at the payphone. Let's do that real quick. Right? Tolga says, cheers. All right, so now we'll present the extra screen here. Window, boink, boink. There we go. All right, this is DAT. Dial a truck. Look at Arizona, 582 in, 1,086 out. That's why they're not paying you to go into Arizona anymore. They used to pay you decent coming in, and then sucks to be you to come out. Not no more. Not no more. Alabama, 725 in, 1454 out. Arkansas, 520 in, 1104 out. These volumes are here, my friends. Colorado's still dumb. Connecticut's still dumb. Florida. You're going to get hammered in Florida. 3550 going in and 1635 coming out. That's still a lot of loads coming out of Florida. Look at Georgia. 2032 in, 3741 out. Even Iowa's like, hey, I can do this too. Idaho's not great. Illinois, more out than in. Indiana more out than in. Kansas more out than in. Kentucky more out than in. Missouri 1027 in, 1651 out. Mississippi 429 in. Guys, these are great numbers. North Carolina 1713 in, 2488 out. PA, not so much. 3,086 in, 2236 out. Sorry, Steve Berger. South Carolina, 803 in, 2298 out. Tennessee, 1241 in, 2537 out. Wisconsin, let's take a look. 1347 to 1432. Not the best, but still more out than in. So these are great numbers, people. These are great numbers. Volumes, and it's a second quarter. Be aggressive. Be aggressive on your pricing. I mean, don't do something so stupid they hang up on you. You know, be reasonable, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so let's find Sterling's Valhalla load. I don't even know where the hell is Valhalla, California, or New York. I mean, sorry, I had California on the brain for some reason. Baghdad. Is there a Baghdad, Arizona? Well, I'll be. There is. Well, let's do 200 to 200. 200, because I have a feeling there's not going to be anything. Search. There's a few. Jersey to Utah. Cranberry to Goodyear. $1.12 a mile. Let's take a look at this load and laugh at it. Now, yeah, 89% blower cost per day. Oh, you wanted Reefer, though. I'll add Reefer. Oh, this is Van Reefer, so this counts. All right. $43.5 on the weight. $500, almost $500 in tolls. So you're, after additional costs, carrier's costs, and fuel, you're looking at profiting 7 cents a mile. Imagine you're working all week. Go from Jersey all the way to Arizona. 42 hours. You've killed half your 70-hour clock. That's like being a company driver for 7 cents a mile. Now, if Swift came up to you and said, hey, I've got a great deal for you. I'll pay you 7 cents a mile to take this load to California or Arizona. You would be like, get bent, dude. EAD. I've got a song on that, by the way. It's on my channel. It's on my other channel. So, yeah. So what? Volumes are so good, you tell them to get bent. Because you're going to lose money on that load. Because it's a heavy load. There's $500 in tolls. And the AI says you can't pay a truck good to go in Arizona because their market's so good right now. So there you go. Let's see what the best paying load is here. Sort this by highest rate. $1.34 to go from Jersey to Utah. Less miles, but more per mile. Why is that? Because Utah is not as good as Arizona when it comes to outbound freight, right? And if we go back to here, what's Utah doing? 585 in, 473 out. Whereas Arizona, see, the AI pricing says, hey, look, Arizona's on fire right now. Some of it, literally. But Utah, not so much. So we'll pay you a little bit. We'll pay you another 10 cents on that load. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at that load. It's only 42% below my cost per day versus the 89. Cargo Chiefs got at 41.32. They're at Cargo Chiefs got at least $1.74. So that means you could probably get a little bit more for this. 33,000 pounds, so it's a little bit lighter. Must ELD track. Okay, no problem. And it delivers at 5 a.m. on Tuesday morning. So if you do this load, you're going to land in a bad freight area right before the 4th of July. So you're going to be like Shannon, and you're going to be smacked like Shannon smacks the people that get their steps in. So, yeah. So that's the challenge that you're facing. This is what we're dealing with. They're almost $1,000 below of where Cargo Chiefs got it at. Raycheck's even got it at 37. So they are low balling this quite a bit. And it picks up tomorrow. Today? No, tomorrow. At 2:30 p.m. So your best rate per mile on this whole board here is $1.34. So that's the best rate and the best rate per mile. If you want to go out to Vegas, now if you go over the rate checks, $1.87 is usually the normal to go down to Vegas. So let's click on this load. Axle Logistics has got this. They haven't posted a rate. Notice only 4 or 5 of these loads have a posted rate. There's a reason for that. Mountaintop, PA to Las Vegas, Nevada. Go hang out with the strippers and gambling. All right, so 24.10 on the miles. Cargo Chiefs got this at about 4,000. $1.66 miles. It's been as high as 45 and as low as 29. That shows a lot of volatility right there. Green Screens has got it quite a bit of spread. Green Screens is part of your AI. You're looking at $133 in tolls, about $1,000 in fuel. Actually, no, $1,700 in fuel. So you're looking at making a whole 73 cents a mile on this load. So you're going to do a little bit better with this one. But again, Vegas is not the easiest place to get out of in a van unless you can find some show freight. And guess what? That's probably not posted on the load board. So there you go. We got Sterling's load out there. Let's see. CDN says PC Miler allows user to enter truck and trailer specs for proper routing. When I first started brokering 2008, carriers told me if I wasn't using PC Miler, Google was wrong and not a truck route. That's true. That is true. That would be a great tool for someone who is inexperienced with routing. But then you also bring up a point. CDN Freight Broker says PC Miler is expensive, which is why most don't pay for it. I know drivers that won't even pay for load boards. And they're 100% spot market. Because they don't want to pay for it. And I get you got to reduce your costs, but if you're averaging about $200 or $300 below everybody else on each load, guess what? This load board pays for itself. I happen to have 2 of them. And I don't even own a truck anymore. But it's my business. It's what I do. And not only do we have, look, there's a lot of options that are beyond the load boards, but getting those options can be a challenge, especially if you're by yourself and you're driving, you don't have a dispatcher. TA Truck Stop in Coburg, Oregon is closed until 1 p.m. Do not enter. Wonder why. CDN, I think most owner operators know that PC Miler exists. That is another probably relative issue. I got $1,200 from Windsor, Colorado to La Crosse, Wisconsin with a load of empty beer bottles. How many miles is that, Gary? Riding Dirty. Got to pay to play. That is true. That is true, Mr. Dirty. That is true. 7 cents per mile is $4 an hour average in a semi truck. It is. If you want to do the hourly rate, that's what that is. $4 an hour. $4 an hour to deal with Jersey and the mountains and the heat of Arizona. Although it's hot everywhere right now, but Phoenix, it's like really, it's like Shannon and her challenge. It's doing that. You know, the heat is beating up your tires. Blown tires all over the place out west. 928 miles. So what's that? It's like what, $1.30? So 1,200. Now, is that to you, or is that like booked rate divided by 928? $1.29.3 mile or dollar a mile. So that's about right. That's about what you usually get out of there. So it was 115 in Phoenix, Arizona yesterday. I imagine. I used to live out there, so I know all about it, man. Like this time of year, between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., you didn't go outside. It was like a ghost town in my neighborhood. So if you had a car, you just went up to Flagstaff and hung out there because it was cooler up there. So anyways, let's take a look at the load availability hot market map. We've already done that with the dial a truck board. So let's see what 123 is telling us. Probably pretty close to the same thing. So let's go to van. Let's take a poke around all these maps here. Oh, you got 3,000? Well, that's a lot better. So 3,000 divided by how many miles? 928. 928. You got 323 a mile out of Colorado? Huh. Well. it's boom! Just landed another local contract. Dun 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 dun. Chief Freight Hauler says Montfort drivers used to get a 6 cent per mile, which was less than most companies were paying at the time. Drivers will work cheaper if they could drive a left lane truck. That's interesting. Oh, out of Tennessee to Colorado. Okay, well, I'm reading your stuff wrong. Make me look like a fool. Oh, it says from Windsor, Colorado to La Crosse, Wisconsin. You're messing with me, Gary. That's not nice. It's not nice. Oh, is that what you got? Is that what you got going into Colorado? You're confusing me. No more reading your comments for a minute. All right, so California. Let's take a look at Arizona. Let's see what kind of rates we're getting out of Arizona. 202 a mile, Phoenix, Las Vegas. Now, we've already determined that Arizona to well, actually, California to Vegas is actually not bad. But Vegas to California was actually pretty good as well. So let's do the highest rate. Let's see where all the long haul stuff's going. Let's see what kind of rates we can get. 225 to go to Chambersburg. Nogales to Philly. 220 a mile for a van load. Man. 4,900 to go from Nogales to Willard, Ohio. So obviously, let's take. Now hopefully these ain't watermelons. Watermelons should be in reefers now. No more vented vans. It's too hot for that. But I could be wrong. They're above. Cargo Chief's got it at 37. Green Screen's got it at 45. They're at 49. So I wonder if this is multiple stop. Lawn and Garden Products. 38,000 pounds. 39, actually, if you round up. It's not a bad load. In Langian, Ohio, which is looking pretty decent right now. So there you go. There's a good load. You got $255 a mile to go in and probably that much to come out. Unless you go right back to Arizona. $360 a mile to go to Portland, which, come coming out of Portland's not fun. $3 a mile to go from Goodyear to Sumner, Washington. $4,200. Wow, look at that. Kingman to Prince George, Utah. Is that right? That's not right. That's not right. Oh, no load. No, we'll never know. It's gone. Stone Mountain, Georgia. Phoenix, Georgetown, 208 a mile. Of course, you got Triple T going, I'll pay $1.84 to go to Florida. See, that's what I mean. That's what I've been seeing. Some rates are incredible, and some rates are like, what are you trying to do? Right? And so it's interesting. So you got to be able to get on the low boards and search those loads that are being, that they're throwing some money at. So, excellent money coming out of Arizona. But let's go to inbound now. Let's go to inbound Arizona and see what that looks like. We still get $1.90 from Wisconsin to Tempe. We still got this on rate. $1.42, Charlotte to Buckeye. $1.52, $1.41, $1.44, $1.70. So Arizona is literally flopped because it used to be the other way around. You used to got your money going in, and then you took your hit coming out. And so what I would do is I would get a truck from Arizona to Dallas, Dallas to Oklahoma, Oklahoma to Missouri, and then go. Or Dallas to Missouri and then go. Go wherever, But, what do I know? Florida, Arizona, $1.64 a mile. That's expected because it's Florida. Pennsylvania. Tupelo, Mississippi is paying a little bit better than Pennsylvania. Phoenix. Then you got Cranberry to Goodyear, $1.12 a mile. So St. Charles, Missouri to Tucson. Let's take a look at this one. See if this is shopping carts. Yep, says carts, but man, that's a fairly low rate unless it's a one and done. If it's multiple stops, we need a little bit more money for that. I got several of those. I might have to contact PLS and see if I can't get some lists from them for these shopping cart loads out of St. Louis. So what I'll do, so we go to one of these loads. And we save load. And that'll be under my saved loads tab. I go back and I can contact the broker on this load. Newsflash, Transpix is for sale. Update, Transpix sold to NFI. Wow. When did that happen? Didn't that happen like last week or something? Transpix has the digital platform. Sterling, 53 van, accident Maryland to Climax, Michigan. All right, let's do that. Your choice of cities is very interesting. And what in Maryland isn't an accident? Ha! I said it. All right, let's do 200-mile radius to, I don't know why you picked Climax, Michigan. That's weird. All right. Do 200-mile radius of that. Now, Steve, why don't you do 150? Well, what if you have some deadhead that's 159 miles? It ain't going to pick it up. So, I mean, this board will, but others won't. So I always put 200. A lot of loads. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't paying worth a squat. Let's see. Let's do the highest rate, which we already did. 1425, Ringgold, Virginia. It's a Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize. $1.77 coming out of Virginia. That's going to be better than Jersey. Let's see if we can find one of them. Romeoville. Let's see. PA. Let's look at York, PA to Byron Center, Michigan. $1.54 a mile, $1,000. It's actually, see, Lewistown, PA to Byron. So Michigan, coming out of Western PA, you want to go to Michigan or Ohio. Let's go back to DAT. What's Michigan doing? Michigan was 13.26 in and 7.87 out. So Michigan's kind of, you're gonna be challenged to get out of there. You want to make it Southern Michigan so you can grab something out of the Ohio area. $1.18 to go from Aberdeen to Wyoming, Michigan. A lot of Michigan. Nothing going directly there. So there's a little bit of deadhead, Sterling. Little bit of deadhead. There's no blue ball, PA. You're messing with me, DIY. You guys found the new game. Congratulations. All right. So let's go to van. Let's continue on the van. So we've determined that Arizona is definitely good coming out. So I know a truck that's going to be in Nevada on Saturday. That person should look at something going to Arizona and then Arizona out. Shannon. All right. New Mexico's red. It's been green a while, but New Mexico decided it was done with all of us. Let's look at Missouri here. Let's look at my turf. By the way, thank you for the members that are in here, memberships. Arnold, Missouri to Jacksonville, Florida, 244 mile. We've got this sorted by age, so let's do it by rate. See where the long haul stuff's going, and then we'll do short haul. 39.41 to go to Alberta. Hang out with a Canadian. St. Charles, Napa, Idaho. We saw a bunch of those last time we were on, remember? Remember? Because these are all the way in August. Munch going. Idaho is getting all new shopping carts for the next in August. So seriously though, when you're seeing something like this, these are all August dates on these loads, right? So obviously PLS has some kind of deal with the shopping carts in St. Charles, Missouri. So what you would want to do, this is free information. The super chat would be nice, but this is free. Call PLS up, especially if you're in and out of St. Louis all the time, and go, hey, tell me the story about these loads, because obviously they pay some money on them. How many stops do they involve? How often do you have these? Obviously they got them. So far we're a couple of days in August, right? Now they're paying $1.88 to go to California here. Worldwide Express is doing Sykeston to Woodland. St. Louis to Portland, $1.91. That needs to come up because you're going to take your hit out of there. Let's see. Same thing. Worldwide's obviously got something going on out of Sykeston. It's a project going out west. California Freight Sales has Springfield, Missouri, Sumner, Washington. $1.78. Here's $4.12 a mile to go to Covington, Georgia, out of Kansas City. Let's take a look at this one. That's where tomorrow. I might book this one. I bet you got like 15 stops, which that's fine. Oh, it's hazmat. There goes that idea. I've been seeing quite a bit of hazmat loads posted here lately. A lot of shopping carts going out to California. So, another hazmat load, Kansas City to Atlanta. So obviously, SRAM Logistics has some shipper in Kansas City that has hazmat going to the southeast. So not bad. Not bad at all. Missouri's looking pretty good. King of Freight, Lebanon, Missouri to Rickman, Tennessee. $2,800, $4.97 a mile. And it's for today. Let's see. There's a special thing on there. Conestoga step deck. Okay, well, that's not a van. They want a curtain side. But that's why I paid so well. Hey, when you see a lot of money on something that's not normal, then there's a reason. It might be a drop trailer. It might be hazmat. It might be you don't even have that kind of trailer. It might be a lift gate. It might have 20 stops. A lot of times what it does throw some of the averages off. Yeah, see, I saved that load. See, it says saved. Now let's look at what's going inbound in Missouri. What's the highest rate going into Missouri? 3,400 come out of Yuma. There you go. The best paying load going into Missouri on this load board right now is Yuma, Arizona to Grandview, Missouri. That's the best paying thing out of Arizona going to Missouri. Or that's the best paying thing going into Missouri out of all the states. Now, if we do rate per mile, that's going to bring up a lot of Kansas City, Illinois. Yeah, Paducah to Neely's Landing, $592 or $515. Sunset's got Bloomington, Illinois to Kansas City for $421 a mile. Let's take a look at this one. See why it's so high. That's a 2020 rate. Blanket wrap. So, dispatch undefined. But it's blanket wrap, so you're going to have to rent blankets from U-Haul, and that's a pain in the butt. But if you already got blankets, here's your load. Depends on how many blankets they need. A Tumwa to Hazelwood, those are pretty normal. Plainfield to LeMay. Hammond, Indiana, St. Louis. So, again, here's our Yuma, Arizona pops up. Terre Haute to Kansas City. Wilmington, Illinois, Springfield. That's going to be probably dog feed. Dog food. So. They're not bad. Get a little bit more out of them. 43,000. I'd want to know the times. Picks up today, delivers tomorrow. Probably, hopefully. So. Oh. Sorry, I had to check that. All right. Blue Ball, PA is actually a town. Wow. Just looked it up. Simple logic. Thank you. How does it come up? Hello, Caveman. Henry Duncan, what's up? 48 step, Happy Land, Oklahoma to Beaver, Oregon. Oh, Sterling, you're a crack riot. Happy Land. You know, my old band, we played a gig at a place called Happy Land. It was the smallest stage I've ever been in. But it was some really fun gigs. Beaver, Oregon. You want 48 step. Oh, gosh. All right. We're going to throw van in. Well, we'll take van out. 48 step. Step deck. All right. Got that. Then we'll do 200 because I doubt there's anything coming out of Oklahoma. 200 Beaver, Oregon. No, it's Beaver, Oklahoma. There is no Beaver, Oregon. Is there? Oh, there it is. Okay. No, that's Arkansas. There it is. We'll do 200 on that. Search. There's 2 loads. Madill, that's going to be your wire stuff. Look at that, 243 a mile to go to Oregon, $5,000. It says 48 foot, 29,000 pounds. There's your load, Sterling. Knock yourself out. Remember, until you have proven your service and built a solid, trusting relationship with the broker, everything on the spot market is about finding the cheapest truck. That is true. PA is next to East Earl, PA. Yeah, I've heard of that. Intercourse, PA. Justin, sorry I'm late. Finally in vacation mode. Hope all is well, everyone. Well, enjoy your vacation. If you're on vacation, dude, why are you watching me? You shouldn't be even thinking about trucks. Gosh. But I appreciate you coming in. Being in Vegas has opened my eyes to opportunities a belly box on a dry van can provide. Yes. Yes, that's true. Tennessee Trucking. Greetings and salutations, Steve. Greetings to you, my friend. Greetings to you. All right. Let's take a look at Reefer. Let's see what the Reefer markets are doing. CN says, great show. Thank you. Thank you, CDN. Thank you for showing up. Oh, look at that. Let's take a look at Arizona. Let's see what Reefer rates are doing at Arizona. I can't talk. Now let's go to dial a truck and put Reefer in here. Take out van. See what they're saying Arizona's doing. 152 in, 498 out. So we go back to here. Close this. They're saying 80 in and 101 out. So not too far apart. Well, on the inbound. So let's take a look. Let's see what Arizona's doing. Sort this by highest rate. $7,000 to go to Connecticut. $6,700 to go to Florida. $320 a mile. Winter Haven. $256. $6,200 go to New Jersey. $5,600 go to Maryland. I would take, okay, so these 2 loads here, I would take the Monroe, Georgia from Nogales for $302 a mile versus this one going to Maryland because you're going to take your hit out of Maryland. This one's a lot more miles, obviously, but it's only paying $100 more. I'd rather land in a better area, have less tolls, even though this one's lighter, so there's that. But this is the one I would grab. So not bad coming out. Let's take a look at Missouri since we did Missouri in the van. Newsflash. Never send a truck to Safeway in Denver, Colorado. I know. You probably didn't have a choice, though, did you? All right, sort this by highest rate. Let's see what the highest paying load coming out of Missouri is for Reefer trucks. Springfield to Washington, $1.78 a mile. Is that a partial? New York. Sort this by highest rate per mile. Let's see what this does. 420, you go to Urbana, Illinois from Sykeston. That's pretty good. Marshall, Missouri to Russellville, Arkansas. A lot of woods driving on that one, but getting 341 a mile. Of course, they got it posted again at 925, and up here they've got it for 1080. So they're coming up. So they need to move this load. Springfield to Lakeland, 274 a mile. Yeah. St. Louis to Sparta. Have some Spartan dude yell at you. College Park, Georgia, 267 a mile, 18. See, I would take that one. Not bad unless you going out west, then you're taking a hit. Some easy $1,000 a day loads here. So, not bad. Arizona, NZ, California are definitely afternoon booking markets right now. Yep. Sounds like there's a story needing to be told. That is true. I stay motivated and never stop learning. Thank you for all your knowledge, sir. Oh, you're welcome, Justin. You are a hustler, so you get props as well. So, all right, guys and gals, I am going to get off here. I got work to do. I got loads to find, and I didn't even want to be live this long. But hey, I didn't go Monday, and I apologize. Friday, hopefully I'll go live. It just depends on what's going on, but I got a lot going on Friday. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then well, it's probably because I'm being vague and cryptic. But I did put up a YouTube short that says that I'm doing something. So with that being said, check out the shorts. Thank you for your memberships. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Thank you for the super chats and or the support for the channel. I appreciate every single one of you. Strength for today, hope for tomorrow. Aggression turns to screws. And don't be dumb. Peace.